What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, WonderstruckGuy, and we are back today with an r/entitled parents. I told myself I'd never bring this back to the channel, but due to popular demand, I am in fact bringing it back. We've got a couple of stories set up for y'all, but before we get into them, make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. It really does help out the channel. Also, totally go check out these other channels down below. We have Leeham and another guy named Redditor. These are some pretty cool guys, and they're always uploading, usually daily or every other day. They're pretty consistent, and I talk to them on a regular. They're really cool guys, and definitely go check them out. Also, thank you to every lovely one of you who have submitted fan art to me, whether that be Instagram or Twitter or through my Discord. All the links to those are down below. The art is so amazing, and it is very much appreciated. I very much love it. I'll stop my rambling, and we'll get right into the video. I'll see you lovely people at the end. Entitled Mom Leaves Children in Hot Car. My friends and I intervene. Cops involved. I'm still shook by this. This happened a month ago. I know this will be buried somewhere, but here it goes. I was walking out to a food store just across my high school to get some Gatorade with my football teammates after morning practice, which ended at 12, the heat already 100 degrees. We go out of the store, Gatorades in hand, and about to hit a hot dog joint when we hear a baby crying. No big deal, we thought, until it hit one of my buddies. Let's call him Ethan. Then it sounded a bit muffled, so we move our eyes around the area until one of my other buddies, let's say Marcus, spotted two babies in a car in obvious distress. In 100-degree weather with no parent. Of course the car is hot and locked. Ethan, without even thinking, decides to draw attention while Marcus begins to call the police. I have a brother who works in the military, and he taught me that when in a similar situation to hit one of the outer parts of the car windows, which are weaker than the inner parts of the windows. Spark plugs are a bonus. So I asked someone to grab something blunt, but that can also fit into the palm of my hand. When given to me, I did what I was taught, and the car window with said blunt object and shattered the window in 2 hits. Had to hit the driver window as to not have glass spray in the face of the toddlers. Coincidentally, Entitled Mom walks out and she drops her things and shoves me down to the ground, attempting to mount me to assault me in the middle of a crowd. Ethan and a few other bystanders already break it up. Dialogue is a bit shaky considering all of this happened so fast, but it goes something like this.
Don't let him steal my stuff.
Marcus hears what this woman had said. What? You left your kids to die in a hot car in 100 degrees. Entitled Mom attempts to slap me.
Do not cuss at me. I am your superior. I went in to grab what I needed, which wasn't even 5 minutes. Yet you attempted to rob my belongings and kidnap my children.
A lot of stuff happens in 5 minutes, you jerk. Ma'am, you can't be serious. You're worried about being robbed when your children—
They were fine where they were. Yet your accomplice disturbed them from their nap. Now I have to deal with their bad moods when we get home.
By this point, a couple of bystanders have the children out of the car. Another bystander steps in.
You're damn well lucky they didn't go into eternal napping.
Like you care about my children. This pedophile,
Pointing to me,
could have possibly taken my children, and you didn't do anything. Call the police, someone.
No need, Satan. I already did so. Entitled Mom is visibly pissed at what Marcus had called her, but calms down when she is told the police are coming to our location. Entitled Mom is arguing with a couple of other bystanders as Ethan tries to help me cope with my anxiety, and Mark is still on the phone with the operator. Once police arrive, Entitled Mom is already on the case. What seems to be the problem, ma'am? Approaching Entitled Mom.
This pedophile,
Pointing to me again.
tried to kidnap my children. I want to press charges.
What are you talking about?
I did not try to take your children. You left them in the car in this type of heat.
Luckily, Marcus and Ethan were there to back me up, but apparently did not satisfy this jerk of a mother. So, cops went to all stores possible that had a camera. One camera showed clear as day that my buddies and I saw the children in distress, a crowd being drawn, and me breaking into the car. The final nail in the coffin was when the children were escorted out of the car, and once it was proven that the car belonged to the mother and my squad was acting on a valid and reasonable intent, she was arrested. But not before having a fit and trying to assault me and cuss at me, and watching herself being dragged away from her children. Side note, I was also asked if I personally wanted to press charges on the woman for attempting to assault me, but I didn't press, because in the end, it was about the children rather than me. However, the city is still pressing charges, and maybe even the state. To summarize, my buddies and I save a couple of children, mother goes insane and tries to assault me, cops end up arresting her instead. Still awaiting court with the amount of evidence gathered, but this shouldn't take long. Entitled Mom breaks into my backyard to use my swimming pool. Background, I just recently had a new family move into my neighborhood. The neighborhood is relatively small and close-knit. The kind of neighborhood where everyone knows each other and we generally all get along well. We have big block parties and shoot off fireworks together on holidays. The new family is a middle-aged couple with their 4 children. The kids' ages range from around 14 to 2. This incident is just the first of several problems that I have had with this family since they moved in. Entitled mom will be crazy mother K1, one of the kids around 14, and me, the one and only me. I was hanging out in the living room just relaxing and watching TV. From the couch I have a clear view into my backyard. That's when I noticed a retractable cover over my swimming pool began to roll up. I was home alone and no one else that has access to my backyard. For insurance reasons, I have a lock on my back gate because of the pool. The gate always remains locked as we would be liable if anything was to happen in the yard. I rush outside and see what's going on. That's when I see the entitled mom standing next to my pool with her 4 children. They're dressed in the swimsuits and entitled mom is rolling up the cover of my pool. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing in my backyard?
My kids have been well behaved today and they want to go for a swim. I saw that you have a pool, so we're going for a dip.
This is not a public pool and you are on my private property. I need you to get out of my backyard now. I never told you that you're allowed to come on my property without permission.
Who the hell do you think you are? It is a very hot day and my kids want to go for a swim and they will.
Not my private pool, they will not. How'd you even get in my yard anyway? The gate is locked off.
Back off. In my old neighborhood, we did this all the time. My kids are going for a swim and you will not even know we are here. You're just being selfish and I will not allow my babies to suffer because of your bad mood.
Me now getting angry, I will not ask again. You either get off my property now or I will call the police. You're not using my pool, and that is final. Entitled mom finally gets the cover off.
Okay, kids, jump on in. Don't listen to this stupid bitch.
Yeah, you stupid bitch. We're going for a swim now, and you can't stop us.
It's it. I'm calling the police.
Entitled mom now sees that I am serious and tries to reason with me.
You would really not allow 4 kids to go for a swim on a hot day? What kind of heartless person are you? Just let us go swimming for an hour and we'll leave. Don't you want to be a good neighbor to us?
No, I don't. You just broke into my backyard without permission. Please get off of my property now. Entitled mom starts to mumble something to her kids, and then she grabs the 2 youngest kids and starts to walk out of my yard. I then turn around to see her 2 oldest boys still standing by the pool. I start to walk over to tell them to go with the entitled mom, and that's when I see what they are doing. The 2 oldest hellspawns are peeing in my pool.
Maybe that'll teach you to be a better neighbor, you stupid bitch.
I grab the arms of the 2 oldest and push them out the gate.
Get the hell off my property, you disgusting little shits.
Don't you dare lay a hand on my babies or I will call the police on you. Who do you think they will believe? A good mommy or a pathetic little bitch like you? You just got what you deserve. Enjoy swimming in your piss pool. They then all walk off laughing as they went back to their house. I was in complete shock and I didn't know what to do. I now wish I had called the police after the first incident, but I sadly did not, and things have since escalated with his family. Remember how I said that I had a lock on the gate? I later found it broken on the ground. I have no idea what they used to smash it, but they were successful. I have since purchased a much more heavy duct lock. Entitled mom wants to buy my pre-purchased game. This passed in December of last year and I'm new in this, but here's my experience. First I will give some context. I'm a Smash Bros fan, and when the Ultimate was announced with pre-purchased and one of the few males in the city, I went to pay a little more to have a copy for me in the day that it was for sale. They arrived and I was alone, and there was a little large line in front of the showcase, and in front of me there was an entitled mom with her son, but I didn't give it too much attention. Then the entitled mom was going to buy her son the game, but there were no more copies and she became upset and she went some steps away. The entitled mom to her son,
Sorry, but you can't buy any other game.
and the kid, a little sad, was searching for other games. The Nintendo Switch games are behind the cellar, so both stayed next to me looking the game. Then it was my turn. I paid for Smash a week ago, and then I give him a ticket with my name. Okay, let me go for the cartridge. And then he put an empty box on the table. He went to another place for the cartridge. I'd take out my phone while I was waiting. Then the entitled mom starts to get closer and tried to take my box, but I already reacted and put my hand over it. I'm sorry, but this is mine.
I don't care. I was in the line before you, so I deserve the game more than you.
I know you were in line, but I already paid for this. It's not fair. Anyway, you're too old for games. I'm just 16. I'm serious. I bought it in pre-purchase. The kid was just looking at his mother.
Mom, can we just come tomorrow? No, son, I won't drive here again just because of a selfish teen. Please give me the ball.
No. Then the seller arrived with a cartridge and a paper with my name.
What's the problem here?
You said that there's no disc left? You said to me that there's no disc left.
Yeah, she said discs.
Yes, we don't have any more copies in stock. He pre-purchased the game a week ago. That's why we have a copy for him.
My son is a huge fan and I promised to buy him this game.
I'm sorry for that, but we don't have any more games left for the ones that didn't pre-purchase it. Then the entitled mom starts to get angry.
It's just a game, he will understand. My son wants it.
I apologize again.
Then he puts the cartridge in the box and gives it to me.
Thanks for buying. Leave it to me.
Then I walk away, hearing the entitled mom arguing with a poor seller. She said the typical,
I want to talk to the manager.
and that stuff. Then I saw her leaving with her son and defeat in her face. Poor child. Found out my friend is 100% an entitled parent last weekend. Worst weekend of my life. Last weekend, my friends and I decided to go camping for a break. There were 7 of us planning to go, and 3 of them had kids and were keen for a break. A few hours before we were set to head off on Friday, one of my friends says she is unable to find someone to look after her 9-year-old son and says she's bringing him. We weren't particularly keen on that, but we felt bad saying she can't come, so we just let her bring him. To avoid everyone bringing a car, we take 2 and agree that whoever is in each car will split petrol costs. She brings her own car with just her and her son. This becomes relevant later. We had never met her son, but we learned very quickly he is a spoiled and quite frankly a nightmare to be around because she let him do whatever he wants. From here on, I'll refer to her as entitled parent and him as spoiled kid, and give a few examples of the crap she pulled. He eats almost exclusively cereal, chips, and chicken nuggets. He has a tantrum if you even offer anything outside of that, so we learned quickly to not try to get a real meal in him. We spent a day at the lake. She had his chips and nuggets ready, but he decides he wants cereal for lunch. She wanted us to all leave because obviously we didn't bring milk to the lake. Entitled parents demands one of us get milk for her boy, and when we say no, the spoiled kid starts screaming, and then she yells over at him.
Look what you've done to my baby boy.
When she sees we're still not getting milk for her, she runs to her car and drives off, leaving us with a spoiled kid who is still screaming. She's gone for over an hour and comes back with milk and says, "Sorry, I needed a break from your negative attitudes." He picks up on those vibes and that's why he's been screaming. She then demands we split the cost of her petrol. If you lot hadn't been so stubborn and cruel to me and my child, then I wouldn't have to drive all that way. We all just said no and got into our cars. I have mental health issues which I take medication for, morning and night. Spoiled kid wanted to play with them because they are different colors and shapes, and I had brought them in my weekly pack, so they were all separated, and I guess he thought they were candy or toys? I don't know. I explained to him that they were dangerous, not candy, and that it was important medicine. Because I didn't trust him not to try and grab them, I moved them from my bag to the car. That night I go to grab my meds and can't find them. I ask around and everyone says the entitled parent has been in the car last, so I go and ask her if she's moved or seen them. Her and her son are on a mat, and I'm horrified to see him playing with all my pills. I rush over and take them all, asking what the hell he's doing, to which she just says he wanted to play with them. He knows not to eat them. I take them all and tell her that there's something wrong with her if she thinks letting her kid play with a medication is no big deal. When he starts screaming that he wants them back, she tries to pull them off me and starts yelling that I am evil and trying to abuse her son. I am bigger than her, so I just push her off me, and they're both on the mat screaming while I thank God that was our last night there, so I didn't have to suffer much longer. We agreed to stay at our campsite in our tents. We had 2 tents big enough for all of us and figured it was cheap as hell just to share tents and cook food over a little. The entitled parent decided to get a little unit because they come with a small oven and the spoiled kid only likes frozen nuggets oven baked and not pan fried. We told her that there was a lot of money just to bake his nuggets and she said it's fine. Then at the end of our weekend she tried adding her unit to the cost we were splitting. We were baffled. None of us had spent any time in the unit or used the facilities it had, so we didn't understand why she would think that it should be split. She refused and she lost it at reception, saying we should have known she'd need units for me and my baby. We refused to pay and walk out while she cried at the reception until they told her to pay or they'd call the police. On top of all of it, she emailed us an invoice with the money we owed her. Because we had split the cost of food, petrol, and accommodations, she had decided that her cost too should be split and split all the cost of her son's food, the unit she stayed in, the
petrol she had used, and a fee that she claimed would show we were remorseful for the way you treated my boy this weekend. He is a miracle and should be treated as such. I emailed her back and told her I wouldn't be paying a cent, and that as far as I'm concerned, our friendship is over. The other said something similar. She posted a status saying she's glad she cut ties with a group of child haters. I used to be confused as to how she was single, and she is quite beautiful, I thought. Lovely. I thought her baby daddy was insane for leaving her. Now, I know he was saving himself. Thank you lovely people for watching the video. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm recording this right now, so I have no idea what the hell kind of food I'm cooking, but hey, if it looks tasty, that's good. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like down below, and possibly subscribe, and if you know someone who likes stories like this, maybe just share the video to them. I do hope y'all had a wonderful time today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Again, totally go check out these guys. Super awesome lads. They deserve as much recognition as possible. YouTube's kind of a hellhole these days. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I do hope y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all take care. See ya.